Hey all, Glenn Kirschner here. Please enjoy this video on the Political Voices Network.
Let's talk George Santos for a minute. You talked about the federal charges against George Santos. Somebody's in deep trouble. That's the word we can use on radio. Yes, how effed is he legally? I mean, that's a lot. It's 13 charges, right? We've got 7 counts of wire fraud, 3 counts of money laundering, 1 count of theft of public funds, 2 counts of making materially false statements to the House of Representatives. What is your take on, the timeline here?
Yeah, in layman's terms, he is completely and entirely effed. The first thing I did was I pulled out my big ugly blue book of federal laws, the United States Code, to try to do a quick calculation of his maximum statutory punishment if he's convicted on all 13 charges. I came up with 190 years. So, maybe with good behavior, he gets paroled when he's 207 years old if he's convicted on everything. Of course, the sentencing guidelines will come in much lower than that. But what did he begin to say immediately after being arraigned on the indictment? Witch hunt, witch hunt, witch hunt. And you know what? People who are going to look at Donald Trump's claim of witch hunts for the last, 7 years now and say, well, it worked for him. And so maybe why wouldn't it work for Santos? Maybe that's also a politically motivated hit job by a, Democrat controlled administration, which it's not, right? He's the great pretender. Proving that he committed these crimes will be extremely easy for prosecutors because a lot of them are paper driven. You're going to have paper exhibits, not people coming in and saying I saw George Santos do X, Y, or Z. So, again, we need to set the right tone. We need to make timely law enforcement a priority. We need to get Donald Trump, and we need to just kind of deflate this witch hunt balloon.
I think Travis said something that to you, to the George Santos charges. It's like, now do Trump. Like, how come it only took, 4 months or whatever? I mean, I get it. It's a president. If you shoot at the king, you better not miss, blah, blah, blah. But it does seem like this is an extraordinarily long period. And I don't know what you think is up next. What's your sense legally as to what would be the next case up?
Yeah, well, Fani Willis sent the signal that she'll be indicting probably in July. And, she sent a letter to law enforcement, but she could have done that behind closed doors. That was a message to everybody she's about to indict that you have until July to come on board. So I think we'll see that probably in July, August. I think the end of August is when she put the kind of end date on that open window. I think Jack Smith has to be close on the Mar-a-Lago documents investigation, particularly given the fresh confessions by Donald Trump at the town hall. But, I just hope it comes soon, because the longer we wait, the more it feels like the message will resonate that maybe there's really not anything there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as long as it's by October 21st, when Glenn Kirschner joins us on stage at the Saban Theater here in Los Angeles with who knows who else. I mean, it could be a cavalcade of stars.
A cast of 11 billion.
Yes, sexyliberal.com.
We will be celebrating indictments in October.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. All right. Love you, Glenn. See you next week.
Love you, Steph. See you guys.
Hey all, Glenn Kirschner here. Friends, I hope you'll join me on my audio podcast, Justice Matters. We talk about not only the legal issues of the day, but we also talk about the need to reform ethics in our government. Here's one example, the oath of office. You know the one. I do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Let's add 22 words to that oath. Quote, and I will promptly report any instances of crime and or corruption by government officials and employees of which I become aware. Friends, our democracy is worth fighting for. Join us in this fight, because justice matters. Look for Justice Matters wherever you ordinarily find your podcasts.